So as I started unpacking, waiting for trucks to arrive because we had to get stuff from our storage in Florida that had all of our stuff from our first house in Florida. So I had to move from like basically two different states. I had to get a moving truck from Florida and a moving truck from New York. So expensive, but had to get done, right? Things are finally coming in. I unpack. I'm like rushing to get my house in order because me and my kids haven't lived in a very comfortable environment for a long time. So my priority was getting this house in order so that me and my kids can be comfortable, like, so that they can be in a home, in a comfortable home, no boxes out. I just wanted them to be comfy. So yeah, I quickly got my house in order, like very quickly. God blessed us with the means to be able to get every single thing that we needed. I'm talking about everything that we needed. Um, so yeah, and once everything was said and done, reality hit that I am truly doing this by myself. Like, it's not like I haven't already been doing it by myself for like almost 6 months, right? Living in a shelter. But now I'm in a home. Now I'm actually like in a stable environment, raising three kids by myself. I'm lonely. And yeah, I have family here, but like the loneliness kicks in, the deep, dark thoughts kick in, the I'm talking about, it's just spiritual warfare at this point. And it's like, it's crazy, right? I was just in such a bliss with all the blessings God had did for me when honestly I didn't deserve it, but he still looked out. Um but I couldn't remember that. And I feel like at that point I should have looked at all that God has done for me and say, nah, I owe you my all. I gotta really turn around and give you my life from now, right? But I didn't think that way. Instead, I let the darkness take over. And here I was going back into what I just got delivered from in New York City. Going back into those dark thoughts, into sin, into feeding my addiction. Now I am back to just drinking and smoking and sleeping with random people. And it was just a really dark time. And I was doing this for months. Um, and I was just really hurt. I was back to that pain, and the trauma from my childhood kicked in, and it was a lot. I'm talking about, I don't know what happened, but once I had got here and everything settled, like the dust settled, it was just like attack mode, like the straight attack mode from the spiritual warfare, the demons. If you guys know about that life, it's just, I was just straight attacked. Like it was just everything, the pain, the hurt, everything just came back. And it wasn't in a sense of like messing like divorce. I think I had truly got over that divorce. I think now I was dealing with the fact that this was the aftermath of the divorce. Because I didn't miss her. I didn't miss her. I still don't miss her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it had nothing to do with that. I think it just, the aftermath of the divorce started to really generate some issues for me, and then started bringing back some childhood issues. And now I'm dealing with those problems that I realized I never really dealt with. And a lot of those problems came out after, while I was in the darkness from the divorce. I mean, I don't know if you guys know how the mind works and how depression works and how darkness works and how the enemy works. The things that was beating like in my mind at that time, like I was fighting suicidal thoughts. Once again, I thought I was over that. I thought all the things that I thought I had gotten past was just hitting me at once. And it was just weird, weird. And so that you guys understand my trauma, this is going to be once again, a separate video that I'm going to make. But I was raped as a kid. Um, and I kind of like, you know, shoved that to the side growing up. And then for some reason, it just came to the surface, after, well, and during my marriage, but then more so like after my marriage. And then I dealt with a lot of those issues most recently. And a lot of my, you know, things that I was battling with came from that trauma. But once again, that's another video. This is separate. So I just want to give you guys an idea of what I was battling, Oh yeah, so I was just back in that dark place, raising kids and they didn't really see much of it. It really, the darkness hit me once they laid down for bed. It was just like, they laid down for bed and it was just me. And then it was just like, if I can give you a visualization, they laid down for bed. I turned off their lights, and now all these figures of things started surrounding me. All these figures. You ain't nothing. Haha, you're a single dad. Haha, you don't have nobody. You're lonely. You should just go and mess with somebody, hit somebody up, download an app, have somebody come over, drink, smoke. You ain't got nothing better to do. And now I'm just literally getting drunk. I'm talking about by myself in my house, getting drunk as a skunk, high, and then boom, random is, yeah, it's just, whew, So yeah, that was that for months. And so then, in the midst of all that, I'm talking to spiritual readers and reading horoscopes, and it keeps saying this is coming, that is coming. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be fine. Da 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 da. And so now we're gonna, I also had to deal with the hurricanes. We had to deal with back-to-back hurricanes. That took money out of my pocket. So now I'm like, my money is dwindling. I'm getting unemployment, but it's not as much. So then now I'm getting depressed from financial issues, and now I can't. This bill is backed up. This bill is backed up. And it's just like, bro, like here I am. I felt like I was just going downhill again. So a lot of things were just hitting me all at once, and it was a bad time. Bad time. So now this is, I would say, around Jul- uh, August of 2024, and I go see a psychic because I'm like, bro, I really got to figure out if I'm going to get through this, if I'm going to heal from all this, if I'm truly going to ever be happy again, And I just had other questions too, and so I go see her, and she's just like, oh, telling me this, telling me that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, cool. So, all right, life is going to get better. So that also made me stagnant. And this is the danger about these people, right? I'm not going to say, no, I can't say that psychics aren't real and all that stuff because they are. But here's the danger about psychics and readers and horoscopes. That information is coming from a spiritual realm that's open to anything. Now, how these people reel you in, and they don't know this because they're just listening to what they're being told in the spiritual realm, right? Let's say you come in and to get you, they're going to be like, all right, they're whispering to the psychic. He has 3 kids. Their ages is this, that, and the third. So now they're like, you have 3 kids, their ages this, that, and the third. You're like, oh, snap. Oh, what else you know? Snap, right? And they're like, his father is this and his mom is that. Wow. Boom. So now they're telling you things, they're locking you in. Now, because you're locked in, because you're like, wow, they know this stuff, right? They know me. Because you're locked in, now the spiritual realm is feeding you lies, but you're gonna believe those lies because they told you truth, right? So it's like the game, two lies and a truth, and you don't know which one is which. So, or two truths and a lie, I should say. And now you don't know what's what. So now they're telling me, oh, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. This is coming, that is coming. So I believed a lot of things that weren't really true because I heard a lot of things that were true. And it just put me in a bad spot once again, just in a really bad spot. Um, and I was really battling against some really dark suicidal thoughts because the loneliness was kicking in, the battles were hitting me, the addiction was not going away, the um it was just a fight with everything in my life at that point, and it was really dark for me, really dark. And I just felt like a lot of people weren't around once again, you know, and maybe they weren't around because they didn't know to be there.